Says we're live. That's good. We are live. Happy about that. Means we got a good connection. You just never know these days how this technology is going to work out. I'm not a mastermind at this stuff. I've got two phones. I'm recording on one phone. Now I'm going to hit the like button on the other phone. That's the only way I know how to do it. So I just hit the like button. I got one thumbs up. Now I can make a chat on this one supposedly. Okay. Now we want to say something. Maybe. Hopefully. There we go. Oh, no, can't do it that way. It's just the way it is sometimes. This technology is unbelievable. This technology is unbelievable. Just don't know what's going on sometimes, folks. It's amazing when you look at the whole situation here. You go, hey, how can I do this? I'm watching it. And, I want to get on the live chat here, man, but I can't for some reason. Live chat, yeah, I want to go live chat. I want to get on it. I want to say something, but I can't. Frustrating. Don't know why. Can't make it up. There it is. Okay, I got the icon back. See, now I can make a live. Yeah, this is just crazy. I'm just gonna tell you right now. I've got two phones. Okay, and the reason why I got two phones is because I moved out of the 305 area and unfortunately moved to the 352 area temporarily. The only place my phone didn't work was at my house. Yeah, my house is a Halloween horror story. It is jinxed. I bought a lemon. I fixed everything. It's been a long 15 months. My real estate agent sucks from EXP Alliance Group Orlando. I'll never work with them again. I bought the house from BRIJE Construction here in Rolling Hills, Florida. I'll never work with them again. If you look up Rolling Hills, Florida, new construction homes for sale, half of them are from a company called BRIJE. Their lowest price home is being sold for $360. I've got the identical model. I bought mine for $315, thank goodness. But I still had a lot of things I had to do to it. And my real estate agent picked the inspector, and I found out later the real estate agent and the inspector were working for the builder. And the builder happens to be the seller. BRIJE Construction in Rolling Hills, Florida. Eric, you're a scam artist. Wendy, you're a scam artist. You guys totally don't honor your warranty. You screwed over a disabled veteran. Right now, I got receipts for $10,000 and I did most of the work myself. That's the truth. Yeah, and I had to go hire a lawyer for $10,000 to get out of a situation that my realtor caused for no reason at all. After I reported my realtor to the state of Florida, my realtor retaliated against me. But luckily enough, by the grace of God, I got out of it. Had to hire a lawyer though. So I lost almost, I don't know, I want to say roughly 22 grand on a brand new house I bought 15 months ago, and my neighbor paid $7,000 less than me, and their house was completely spotless and had appliances unlike mine. So buyer beware. All these rock stars working for EXP Alliance Group, EXP Realty on YouTube, they don't want to do full disclosure. They don't want to tell you the truth. They don't want to give you the lowdown. They want to give you just enough information and say, hey, you got to go through me to find out who the builder is. Hey, you got to go through me to get the address driving directions. Hey, you got to go through me to get the MLS number. Hey, you got to go through me to get basic stock public information from me. Even though I'm a realtor, I'm going to thread the unethical needle on YouTube because there's no regulations. I can say and do whatever I want as a realtor on YouTube. I can be totally unethical. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's not part of the transaction process as of now. But I'll tell you what, after I reported my realtor to the state of Florida, I've been in contact with the top 2 people that work directly for the governor, and they're looking at Instagram and they're looking at YouTube videos now, and they may set up an entirely new division within the Real Estate Commission just to deal with social media, because unfortunately it has gotten out of control. And whatever realtors post on Instagram and whatever videos they do on YouTube, they're part of the ethical scrutiny that the board has authority over. Believe it or not, you're not allowed to say and do things as a realtor when it comes to real estate. And YouTube and Instagram is one of them. And unfortunately, a lot of these realtors don't realize it, and they've been stretching the rubber band too far, and the rubber band is about to break. Okay? Whenever you stretch a rubber band too far, it eventually breaks. Okay? And so that's just human nature. We like to stretch the rules, even with the new real estate agreements, where the buyers are supposedly, allegedly on the hook for the commissions. The realtors are not advertising it that way. And they all want to act like this is going to be a new way of ensuring transparency. They're all full of bull, and they know it. They're already, like I said, they're stretching that rubber band already and trying to find out how much they can get away with without doing full transparency, okay, without doing full disclosure. You have to do full disclosure as a realtor 24/7, regardless of what you say or format you use. You have to be ethical at all times and use full disclosure at all times. It doesn't matter if you're on Instagram, YouTube, hearsay, on a phone, email, talking to another realtor, going to a title company. Everything has to be perfect and legitimate and truthful. You can't stay in this gray area anymore like a lot of people are doing. And it's sad, especially around the Orlando area. I can't believe it. You go to YouTube right now and go look up all the EXP realtors and see how they do their videos. They put themselves first. Okay? Okay? And and some of the women are flashing themselves pretty obviously to look, hey, sex sells. They're jumping on kitchen counters. I hope that kitchen counter breaks. You sit on a kitchen counter and do a video of a brand new house. I'm not buying that house from a realtor who decides to sit on top of a kitchen counter and do a video and explain real estate rules to me, or try to sell me a house sitting on my kitchen counter with your fat ass. Really? I hope that counter breaks on you and you have to pay for it. There's a lot of cockiness going on right now, a lot of narcissistic people, and it's tiring. I took my real estate course, okay, back in the 90s. I did not go on to become a realtor, but I have bought and sold 3 houses, okay? And I've been taken advantage of twice out of 2 out of 3 in very, very terrible situations. And I'm going to blame myself, but it takes 2 to tango, okay? And yeah, I know better in hindsight. I should have done this, I should have done that. Yes, I can armchair quarterback myself all day. And I should blame myself, and I should armchair quarterback myself all day long. And I should accept full responsibility. But it takes 2 to tango, and I'm not the expert. I'm not the inspector. I'm not the appraiser. I'm not the surveyor. I'm not the plumber. I'm not the electrician. I'm not the builder. I'm not the seller. I'm not the realtor. Okay? I'm not the buyer. I'm the buyer. I'm just trying to buy a house. So you're supposed to rely on these professional people, and you have to pay a commission. And then after the fact, your realtor is gone. I'm telling everybody for their own good. I think that in 2025, moving forward in any real estate transaction that I do, I'm just going to hire a real estate attorney. I'm tired of it. I'm serious. I don't think you pay much more for a real estate attorney. And with a real estate attorney, you have after the fact, responsibilities. Whereas your realtor, after they help you buy or sell a house, they're gone. And they'll tell you before the selling and the buying process that they're experts in building, they're experts in electrical, they're experts in plumbing, they're experts at inspections, they're experts at everything. The realtors will tell you they know everything up front. And then after the fact, they're gone, and if you have any problems, it's not their responsibility that your warranty isn't being answered. It's not their responsibility that you have physical problems with your house. They don't know anything. I don't know anything about that. That's not my expertise. They'll tell you that after the fact. They know they're geniuses before the deal, and then after the deal, when it goes bad, they get to shake responsibility and categorize it and prioritize it to their advantage, and it works for them, and that's sad, Like I said, I think moving forward in 2025, when I get ready to sell my house, and I'm going to do full disclosure, but everything's going to be perfect, just like my last sale. I made $80,000 on the last sale, but unfortunately I lost almost $30,000 in this new construction, and I had to lay down $30,000 for the house and a down payment because I saw another house. So, what does that leave me for profit margin? And I took the other $20,000 and bought a car. Thank goodness. So I got something to show for that. But I still got a good, I'm doing great financially, but that's besides the point. That's not the way it's supposed to work in the real world, especially when you're just starting out, regardless of age. I'm retired senior citizen, I guess you could call me, and besides that, doesn't matter what age you are, when you're doing some real estate transactions, especially when you're first starting out, buying and selling your first home, buying and selling your second home, buying and selling your third home. These are important steps that need to be positive cash flow for the individuals on both ends. And when they're not, damn, it really sucks. So I'm behind on the 8 ball, and it's going to affect my future detrimentally. I don't have the power to buy a piece of property right now. I don't have the down payment money that I would like to have. There's a lot of empty lots available that I would like to pay. You'd like to pay cash for, but unfortunately, a lot of that money that could have been used for that is gone. A lot of things that I wanted to do to this house that I bought, like putting up a fence, putting up an awning, buying a shed, screening in the front and back entranceways. Those dreams are gone. Those investment plans are gone. It's just a matter of survival now. I'm not putting any more money into this property because I wasted a lot of money fixing things the inspector should have found. It's just the way it goes. So be careful out there. And I want to say something else. If it's not in writing, it never happened. Okay, remember that in any deal. Buying and selling homes, buying and selling a car, any type of business deal you make in the future, just remember, if it's not in writing, it never happened. And that's not my quote. I got it from someone else. I just absorbed it and it sticks. Okay? But I expanded on that. Okay? I expanded on, if it's not in writing, it never happened. I went a little bit further, a little bit more perverse, a little bit sarcastic, I guess, facetious, you might want to say, but that's just Mikey. That's just Mikey being a smartass. I went a little bit further. I said, make sure you get all future lies in writing. Did you hear what I said, folks? Make sure you get all future lies in writing. Makes total sense. If you think it's a lie, get it in writing. Make sure you get all future lies in writing. That's a great one. I absolutely love that quote. I'm going to get a t-shirt that says that. Make sure you get all future lies in writing. People are going to look at you like, whoa. Yeah, make sure you get all future lies in writing. I think that makes sense. Does anybody have anything to say? You got any questions you want answered? Gibst du jede Leute aus in dem Zuschauer aus Deutschland? Sind jägerweise eine Zuschauer aus Deutschland, bitte? Ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch. Ich habe über 8 Jahre in Deutschland gewohnt. Zwischen 1984 und 1992. Ich war beschäftigt mit der amerikanischen Luftwaffe. Ich war ein Waffensystemmechaniker. Und nach meiner Militärdienst, ich bin trotzdem in Deutschland geblieben und ich habe meine Aufenthaltserlaubnis gekriegt, meine deutsche Führerschein gekriegt und ich habe einen Arbeitsvertrag gemacht mit UPS, ist eine Paketzusteller. Aber das war nur für 6 Monate und dann bin ich wieder zurück nach Amerika, weil meine Mutter war krank mit Krebs und damals war das in 92 und das war 1992, das war eine hässliche Zeit. Meine Mutter ist im Krankenhaus und am Mutterstag bin ich nach dem Krankenhaus gegangen und an dem Weg dem Mann für meine Schwester hat mich von dem Flughafen abgenommen und an dem Weg im Auto hat er gesagt, dass es sieht nicht gut aus für meine Mutter. Sie ist 3 Tage in einer Koma-Situation in dem Krankenhaus und das sieht nicht gut aus. Und ich habe gesagt, das geht nicht. Meine Bruder ist nicht da jetzt. Das werde ich mal sehen für meine Augen selbst. Und ich bin in dem Krankenhaus gegangen und ich habe gesagt, ich bin zu Hause. Und meine Mutter hat gesagt zu mir, hallo. Das war ein Mutterstag. Sie hat gesagt zu mir, ich will zu Hause jetzt. Ich habe gesagt, ja, ich auch. Und meine Mutter hat noch 6 Monate gelebt. Und das bin ich stolz dabei. Aber ich hätte es ein bisschen gemacht. Ich hätte damals nicht dem richtige Antworten, wie das alles geht. Aber trotzdem, danach bin ich habe ich in dem in der Medical Richtung gegangen. Und dann war ich eine harmliche Medical Assistant, ein Techniker. Und ich habe sehr viel zu tun mit Ärzten und Krankenschwestern und mit Leuten. Und dann bin ich in dem Zustand, mit den Leuten, die schlecht sind mit Krebs und damals mit AIDS. Habe ich mit dem zu tun? Yeah, yeah. I was just explaining in English. I used to work at home health care and help people with cancer and AIDS back in the 90s. And I was inspired by my mother who died of cancer at a young age of 52. Before that, I was explaining my Air Force career in Germany. Obviously, I was speaking German. Shout out to Germans. I used to really, really like Germany. I was there at a good time. But now Europe has totally changed. I don't want to get into it. Obviously, there's a Ukraine war going on. Don't know what's going on there. That's part of the Russian collusion hoax. I know one thing, that Biden's war is causing irreversible climate change. A lot of people are dying. That's not good. And I know in Afghanistan, what a debacle there. The women have lost their rights. It's so sad. So we talk about women's rights here, right? But we don't care about women's rights in Afghanistan. We don't care about the debacle that we left there. We abandoned them. We abandoned the women of Afghanistan. Those are the ones that need to come to this country, not these single male radical Islamic males. I want all these women that want to come here and get educated to become doctors. I want all the women from Afghanistan to come here and study to become doctors. That's what I want. I don't want them to be stopped anymore by these radicals that are being allowed to freely come here to the United States. That's what really sucks. The same guys that are stopping these women in Afghanistan have been allowed to come to this country freely. It's pretty messed up. God bless America. I'll tell you what, things are going to change. And it's going to get worse before it never gets better. I guarantee you that. That's another slogan I came up with. It's going to get worse before it never gets better. And unfortunately, I don't have the answers and the solutions. I know there's a lot of things I'd like to try and do, but I don't have the authority or the power or the means to do it. And so I talk I talk out of the side of my mouth too, I guess. Armchair quarterbacking, I'm full of it, unless I do something and just talk, it's all hearsay, It's not in writing, it never happened. So, and I really don't know anymore, I'm looking for the answers. I pray a lot and go, I need some answers, I need some guidance, I need some strength. Man ought to pray, not faint. I'm not very religious, but that was out of Luke 18:1. That's the only thing I ever found out of the Bible one day. But yeah, you just can't give up. You got to find a way to help others, which I'm not good at. I'm not, not helping a lot of people right now. I'm in a bad, getting out of it. I'm getting out of it. I'm climbing over the top of the teacup. Remember that movie, that Alfred Hitchcock movie? There's about 5 people stuck in a giant teacup and they were trying to get out. And they got to the top, they realized they were in another giant teacup that they had to try to get out that was even higher. So it was impossible. They were never going to get out of their situation. That was Hitchcock's motto, I guess, at the end of the movie. So if you're facing a giant wall that you can't get over, even be careful what you want. You might get to the top of that wall and look over and see that when you get to the bottom of that wall, you're in another wall. You're facing another wall. It's even higher. You got to get out of that room now. And it just gets, and you look out over at the horizon and you go, oh my goodness, I got to go from one room to the next, and the walls just keep getting higher. And there's no way out of this but that way. You're like, we ain't going to make it. So you're stuck with the wall that's in front of you. So deal with it. You're not getting over it. Yeah, you got temporary personal achievements. Everything's going good. Yeah, you got a nice house, nice car. You got temporary personal achievements. Trust me. Temporary personal achievement. One minute you think everything's going good. Next minute you go, damn, how did I end up here? And I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. As long as you're not dead, you're going to be facing walls. You might be facing hurdles and challenges, and you might be thinking you're doing good. The race is going good, man. I jumped over a bunch of hurdles. I only got one more hurdle to go, and I'm going to win this race, you know? I've seen it happen in the Olympics. The fastest runner clipped one hurdle and fell. And a third place guy won, you know? I've seen it, and especially in the hurdles. In a hurdle race, you can see it firsthand. You know, the fastest guys getting over them hurdles, and they just barely clip one, man. That changes everything. Just barely clip a hurdle. Changes everything. Just like in a NASCAR race, you know, you're going 3 wide, and you're entering turn 3, and you're trying to come out of that, and nobody wants to give up position. That's just the way it goes sometimes, you know. You get 3 wide in a NASCAR race, and nobody wants to give up position. They're all going for the same thing. They're all going for the same goal. They all want to get down low on that track and be in first place. That's just not physically possible right now. This is what we got. And that's how he ended up in the wall. Well, Bobby Allison's in second place right now. And we're going live down in the pits and talk to Bob Mackey. Go ahead, Bob. Hey, thanks, John and Al. I'm down here on the pits, and right now you can see it doesn't look good for the Johnson crew, the number 32 Johnson crew. They've got some sort of oil pressure issue, and I'm going to try to get a hold of the crew chief in a minute. Jack, can you come over here a second and tell me what's going on? Oh, man, well, it's been a hard day. You know, we've been running good, and next thing you know, the oil pressure started dropping. We were communicating what we should do next, so we decided to shut her down and bring it in. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to get that oil pump changed out anytime soon. We're going to try to get back out there before the end of the race and see what we got. All right, thank you, Bobby. I know you're busy. Oh, shit. I just thought of something, folks. Oh, did you get your Mega Millions ticket tonight? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I want to be known as Mikey Mega Millions. That's what I want to be known as. That's Mega Millions Mike. Right there, the rapper, Mega Millions Mike. That's my new nickname. Mega Mill Mike. Mega Mill Mike in the house. Mega Mill Mike in the house. Yo, what's up, Mega Mill? One cop in town, crime rate is down. Not in my neighborhood. Lots of nice places, open green spaces. Not in my neighborhood. Get a flat. The locals help and chat. Not in my neighborhood. Say what? Not in my neighborhood. Say what? Not in my neighborhood. That's a rap tune I wrote a long time ago. I got an Irish tune I wrote a long time ago. Here it goes. They say that emeralds come from the ground, but I don't believe it's true, 'Cause the green grass of Ireland turns a different shade of blue. Dun, 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 dun. They say that emeralds come from the ground, but I don't believe it's true. 'Cause the green grass of Ireland turns a different shade of blue. Turns a different shade of blue. They say that emeralds come from the ground, but I don't believe it's true. 'Cause the green grass of Ireland turns a different shade of blue. Turns a different shade of blue. Come on, everybody. Shout out to Timmy. He had that St. Patty's Day party on the marina in Islamorada behind Hook's restaurant. Shout out to Nikki. She's no longer with us. Both Nikki's. German Nikki and English Nikki. Yep, no longer with us. And a few other people I can't remember. But they're no longer with us either. A lot of pretty girls back then in Islamorada hanging out at Hook's back in the day. Holiday Isle. Yeah, Woody's restaurant. We're talking the 90s, folks. 2000s, Holiday Isle Resort, Islamorada, Sandbar. The Sandbar's still there. You guys get a chance to come down to Florida to go to the Islamorada Sandbar off of Whale Harbor. It's a great opportunity. I'd rather go during the week, though. It gets a little crazy on the weekends, but it was a lot crazier back in the day. A lot of people died. That's no fun. Lost a lot of good people. Yeah. My friend died in an ultralight right there. Had a passenger that died with him. That's another story. Crazy story. The first person that showed up at the crash site in about 6 feet of water in the first boat, one of the occupants was a doctor who ended up passing out in the boat when they realized that the pilot's passenger was his future brother-in-law that just died. That's a true story in Islamorada. I never flew since. I haven't flown in a long time. I haven't flown a plane in a long time. I don't have my pilot's license or nothing. I took my ground school course back in the 90s, get ready to take my pilot's license, and my friend died in an ultralight. I had flown with him before. I have pictures of it. I even pointed out the deficiencies. I have a picture. Ugh, it's just so sad because the picture has a circle around it for some strange reason of the bolt in question that snapped. And that was the one that snapped. I told him, you got to replace these bolts. It snapped. And the cable snapped. When one bolt snaps on an ultralight and the cable, retention cable on the wing goes, it goes back into the prop and all hell breaks loose. More cables start snapping. The plane folds up in all different directions. Some of the occupants get entangled and impaled on their way down, believe it or not, and even die before they hit the water, but then the impact of the water gets them even further. And they can't get out of the plane because they're strapped in and they're unconscious, and that's what happened. Yeah. The pilot was still alive though, with a broken neck, but he made it to shore in the boat, but died there as an ambulance showed up. Yeah, he was a strong dude. He was a character. He was a professional slalom skier, long jumper, who shattered his leg doing that sport. And he had a farm in Pennsylvania with his own airstrip on it. I gave him about 150 Air Force landing lights, high-end, hardcore landing lights. They replaced all the landing lights at an airfield that I was stationed at, and I saved them all before they went to the junkyard. I saved them and brought them back to the United States, and I had at least 150 different, unique, great lamps. I don't have any of them anymore. I gave them all to him, and he died shortly after he set it all up. Yeah. I remember that. Friday night, East Coast, Florida. What's anybody doing? Well, that works. How come that don't work? How come I don't see the hearts? If anybody wants to send me donations, I'm not monetized or anything like that. Send them to your local charity. I need it, but I'm not monetized. I wouldn't take anything from anybody. Anyways, one of these days I'm gonna get monetized though. I would never take money from anybody. I hate that shit. Don't want no money from nobody. Just the money that I work for and that's owed to me. That's all I need. At this point, just the money I work for. I'd love to have back all the money that's owed to me, but I'm not going to get it. It's really sad. It accumulates in a lifetime when you start to think about some financial things that didn't go your way or, whatever. I had 2 medical procedures that didn't work. Didn't get any money back from that. Lost money on this house, little things like that. You had to hire a lawyer. Little things like that can add up. So it can add up and you go, damn, I need to go back to work. I was telling myself that today. I said, I need to make some money. I need to get in a Geico commercial. Yeah. Maybe I need to go get a 10-day, maybe I need to go sign up as the backup quarterback for Miami Dolphins. They need one. I'm a lefty just like Tua. I know how to slide. Definitely. I can tell you right now, I know how to slide. Yeah, that was a violent hit that Tua took. That was his own fault. I do not blame that defensive back one bit because he's smaller than Tua. And that defensive back got plastered in the right shoulder in the end zone by a Dolphin running back after he broke the plane on a previous play, couple plays earlier. The only Dolphin touchdown, I believe, on a running play was up the middle, and the running back was clearly in the end zone. He tried to plow over that defensive back and knocked him in really hard into that same right shoulder and arm that Tua tried to take out. Tua tried to take him out, and it didn't work out. He met him right there and hit a wall. The other guy tried to give. I guarantee if Tua had slid, that defensive back would have barely touched him with a finger. He was ready. He was looking for it. He was expecting him to slide, going, "What are you doing, dude? Slide. I'm not going to hurt you. Go down. We got this game. It's over. I'm just gonna put a hand on you so you don't get back up and score a touchdown." And that's exactly what happened. It's just too bad. And I don't think he's ever going to play again. I actually think that medically he's not going to get cleared for a while because I don't think he's going to get a medical clearance by anyone for a long time. I personally would not want to be the doctor responsible or the doctors and the medical staff responsible for that. They need to really get second and third and fourth medical opinions and fifth medical opinions. They need to so that nobody's liable. If he really wants to play and he feels great, you can't put it back on the medical team that doesn't recommend it or does everything in their power to try to hint towards not playing anymore. Because I don't think he should play anymore. I know it's not my position, but looking at it at a medical standpoint, and I got to tell you, I want everybody to go back and look at the entire Dolphins game. And if you noticed, he got sacked twice really hard and hit his head prior to that really hard on the ground. At least 2 times prior to that, he hit his head really hard. So he was already concussed before that. Honestly, if you look at some of the plays, he didn't get up right away after one of them plays. When he threw that interception, that air ball, he got hit. His head got snapped into the ground right there. And then there was another play that he got sacked on or ran sideways and hit his head really awkwardly. And then finally that concussion episode. So he took 2 heavy-duty shots before that on the ground. And if you look back at the film, you'll notice it. And it's unfortunate. So he was already a little bit banged up, in my opinion. He didn't use proper judgment there. But that's another day. Thank you very much. I wish people would openly admit that war causes climate change and death. I really do. I'm really sick of these people going to climate change summits and making everybody pay for carbon footprint taxes. And then the next day they go to war meetings with NATO and Security Council meetings, and they plan on supporting more war with Ukraine and Russia. It's crazy. The military-industrial complex is the biggest polluter in the world that causes climate change. Yet, the people that promote climate change for political purposes and say that their opponents don't believe in climate change are the same war hawks that are promoting war and don't want to parallel the two. No one wants to parallel the Ukraine war with climate change and death. Nobody wants to parallel the withdrawal from Afghanistan with the loss of women's rights. Nobody wants to do that. It doesn't fit the narrative, which is an old cliche after a while. There is no narrative, as a matter of fact. There is no narrative. A narrative would require a definitive opinions that are always withstanding. And we know for a fact that these opinions change all the time. These viewpoints change all the time. So there is no narrative. There's just one continuous misstep or misquote or not giving full disclosure or not telling the truth, I'm trying to get my watch hours up, so I did a live video. I don't even know if I can load this up. I'm going to try to load it up when I shut down. Tomorrow morning, my phone will still be loading it, and I'll just have to delete it. It won't get uploaded. It's not me not uploading it. It's just that this video is 44 minutes long, and for some reason, it won't load up. Even by tomorrow, 12 hours later. So we'll try. Let's see.